One of my new obsessions in the kitchen is making bread. I know a lot of you are like, bread is difficult. I thought the same thing. But there's some basics. Once you get them down, you're good. You can make almost any bread you want. And just keep in mind that sometimes things will go terribly wrong. Trust me, I've been there. I want to share with you today a bread I absolutely love to make. It's so simple and easy to make, and the payoff is so good. And that's cinnamon swirl bread. This is my favorite bread to have morning or a midday snack. It's perfect with a cup of coffee, smooth some butter or jam on top, and it is it. I'm going to show you how to make it next on the sweet spot. Let's start making our dough by adding sugar and our yeast to a large mixing bowl. Once you add your yeast, whisk those two ingredients together. Now we're going to add our water and milk. You want to first add them together and warm to 110 degrees. Then pour the warm milk mixture over your sugar and yeast. Whisk together to well combined. I cover mine with a plate. You could put a little plastic. You want to cover for about 5 minutes to allow the yeast to start to activate. All right, once it's activated, you'll see kind of a foamy coating over the top. You're going to put that on your electric mixer. And while the mixer's on low, add in your 4 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon at a time. The butter won't completely break up. You'll start to see pieces of the butter break off, but it'll still be pretty solid. You just want to loosen it up. You'll have little butter flakes floating in your mixture. All right, once that's done, it's time to start adding our bread flour. You want to add 2 to 2.5 cups to start out, not all 3 cups at once. All right, you can also add in your salt and mix that on medium until you get the dough going. Once your dough begins to come together, add in 1/4 to 1/2 cup more of the flour, at least until the dough stops sticking to the sides. Then, on a lightly floured surface, you're going to knead the dough until it's smooth and bounces back when you press your finger in it. About 5 to 8 minutes, just depending on how active your dough becomes. Then, spray a large bowl with oil, place your kneaded dough ball inside, and cover with plastic wrap and let that rise for 1 to 2 hours. It should double in size. All right, while your dough is rising, combine your sugar and your cinnamon together for your cinnamon swirl. Now take your risen dough. You want to punch it down and then put it onto a lightly floured surface. And we're going to roll that out to a 9 by 12 rectangle. All right. Now it's time to cover our dough with the cinnamon and sugar mixture. Cover the entire surface with the cinnamon and sugar. Once you've covered the entire dough, you're going to roll it up like a log. So from one end, just get it going. You want to fold in your dough. And you want it rolled not super tight, but pretty firm, not too loose, because it'll open up as you bake. Roll your dough completely, and on the end you're gonna pinch them in and kind of fold over. Same on the other side. And now take your loaf pan and you're gonna place seam side down and place your log into your pan. And you're gonna cover that with a piece of plastic and let that rise for another 1 to 2 hours. You wanna let it rise just until the dough rises above the edges of the loaf pan. Now take your melted butter and brush across the entire top surface of your loaf. Once our butter is on, we're gonna bake our loaf at 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes, or until golden brown and you tap on the top and it sounds hollow. Look at that loaf. We're gonna cut into it. Are you ready? I can't wait. Oh, look at that cinnamon swirl. Oh, that looks so good. I cannot wait to have a bite. There you have it, cinnamon swirl bread. Oh.